Okay, hi, it's Tammy B back with what is part three? Okay, this is part three. We're talking about the UpKit app and the Tree app, the two apps that you can work to pick up shifts. It's like gig work, okay, but you're doing it for childcare centers, licensed childcare centers. So we talked about the first video I did. We talked about the 1099 and what's this all about in relations to a substitute teacher. Okay, working the gig apps, which I'm referring to as Tree and UpKit. Okay, and then the second video we talked about getting started. Now that you have gotten your background check and your fingerprinting done. Now, in the state of Georgia, you have to have 10 hours of health and safety training, and you have to have CPR and first aid. So you have to have those things within 90 days. Okay. So if you don't have it right now, but you've already submitted your application and you've done your fingerprinting and everything came back and you're ready to roll, you can go ahead and start working. But you got 90 days to get those other items in. But I would most definitely get my CPR and my first aid in right away. And the reason why, because you're working with children and anything can happen. They can get choked, and something like that can happen. And you got to know what you're doing when you're dealing with children. So I would go ahead and get those things done. Some of the platforms will allow you to do it online, but I don't suggest that at all. I think you need to go and have it in person because you need to physically work with a mannequin so you can learn how to do those things properly and in the right perspective, because things have happened in the past where children have unfortunately it didn't turn out good for the children because somebody didn't know how to perform CPR as they should have before they even really started working. So that I would get that done like right away. Okay, because and some centers really prefer that, and it makes them feel safe when you come into their center working with their children. Okay, so once you've gotten all that done, now you're ready to go on there, and you get ready to uh, select. You getting ready to go in there and apply for shifts, right? Okay, so on the UpKit app, it's a little bit different from Tree. On the UpKit app, the center posts their shifts, which UpKit mainly deal with licensed child care centers. Okay, that's pretty much what the app have on that. Okay, so you'll be working with mostly majority of their things is centers, preschools, and centers. Okay, daycare centers. Okay, so once the center posts a shift, okay, then you can go on there and you can apply for as many shifts as you like. And just say, for instance, like you looking at Monday, and you see, oh, I can go to this school, I can go to this school, I can go to this school. So you can apply for all of them and see, because you have a better chance at someone selecting you. But when you're new, you're gonna have a little battle there. So when you're new to the app, this is what I recommend on the UpKit app. I recommend that make sure that you have your profile picture on there. Make sure your About Me section read just like your resume. And then you will want to get up the next morning and catch those and apply to those last minute shifts, because this business is really about relationship building. So you want to get up because those centers really need somebody when somebody call out. They really need somebody to come because they got to make sure their center and their ratio is in compliant with the state. Okay, because they don't know when the state gonna come out. So they really need you to come. If you say you're gonna come. Okay, so just say you get up that morning and you see, okay, ABC, they just posted a shift. Okay, the shift starts at 8 o'clock, and you looking at your clock and you're like, oh my God, it's 7:30. I don't think I can get to ABC uh, at 8 o'clock. So let me give you the rundown on that. It's okay if ABC select you at 7:30, but they shift start at 8, but you know that you're not going to get there on time, right? So what you want to do, you want to go ahead on, if they already hired you, go into the app. And in the app, there is a message section there. You can communicate with ABC and you can say, hey, ABC, I just caught your last minute shift and look like my ETA, with your expected time arrival, like it's going to be around an hour. So I can't get there until it's 7:30 now. You want me to get there at I can get there by 8:15. You can say I can get there by 8:15. Okay, understandable. So now they're expecting you at 8:15. You don't worry about the 8 o'clock. Just get on there. So that's how that works. So guess what now? You build a rapport with ABC because guess what? You took that last minute shift. You got them out of hot water because they really needed a body there for the children, right? Okay, because that's why we're working. We're working for the children. Okay. So once you get to ABC school, okay, now I'm going to show you how to sell yourself. Okay. So you at ABC school, you go in there, okay, they expecting you, you get there, ask questions. Ask questions. Don't assume anything. Don't assume that they're going to give you everything because some of them don't. They want to see, they test you, they want to see what you know because you in childcare. So they're expecting you to know how to do this, change diapers, fellowship with the children. They're expecting you to, some know lesson plans. They, they're expecting you to do it all, okay? Okay, so you go in and you ask them, Miss Jones, okay? You know, you introduce yourself, and then you ask them. They'll introduce you as well, and they'll take you around the school and let you know all the classrooms, and they'll tell you, show you where you're going to be working. Just say if you go into the infants room, okay? Of course, you want to know how to change Pampers. You don't want to go in and say, "Oh, I don't know how to change Pampers." So they're gonna want to know, "Well, why are you in childcare? You don't know how to change no Pampers." Those things you're gonna have to really know. Because they're gonna need you. Especially if it's a last minute shift. Okay, so you go in there, the protocol, ask questions. What do I need to do? What is your expectations of me? And just ask as many things as you can. Get involved. Once you get in there, you get your hands clean. I'm sure if it's an infant's room, you're going to take your shoes off and put the little covers on that they have over the shoes if you keep them on. And you wash your hands, set your stuff down. Don't take your cell phones in there. Put those things away because your focus is about the children. Okay? You're going in there for the children. So now you want to go in, you want to engage, learn their names, say their names, play with them, engage, engage, engage. That's what it's all about. Get on the floor, roll around with them, play with them, keep them safe. Keep them safe. And I guarantee you at the end of that shift, you're going to get 5 stars. Okay? So that's one thing I wanted to say when you get ready to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. And next time I'll come on and we'll talk about something else. So that's dealing with both apps over there on there with that. So, oh, I meant to tell you too also with the Sitatree app. Sitatree app has postings for nannies, churches, and they do have preschools and some daycare centers as well. So that's what their platform. They have a bigger, variety of things that you can choose from over there. You might choose to just want to be a nanny and you want to go to somebody's house or whatever, but you're going to have to start building that relationship by catching those last minute shifts. But go on those apps and start applying right away. Apply, 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 apply. And you want to make sure that once you apply for that school, you want to make sure that it's not too far. Because, in Georgia, you can probably get something if you over here in Atlanta, and then you might catch something that's in Savannah, Georgia. That's 5 hours away. You got to be careful with that. You want sometimes the Apple I know Cititree will give you some type of signal or something like that to say it's kind of out of your range. So some people I don't know, but anyway, that's how it works. So. But it's really good, and guess what? It's so flexible that if you like me, I don't like doing the same thing every day in the same setting every day, but it'll work. But anyway, and also on both of the apps, they do have where you can maybe get signed up with that school for a whole week. I know with the UpKid app, they have long term shifts, and short-term shifts. So long-term shifts mean you'll take a shift and you'll work that shift for 2 weeks. So that's like guaranteed 2 weeks you're working. And we're gonna talk about some things that's near and dear to me that really uh, can knock you down off the app. I mean, we'll talk about that about cancellations. You canceling at the last minute. Which is not good. You taking on something that you're not going to do, and that's real. That's not good at all. So we'll talk about that in the next setting. Okay, thank you so much. Send this if this is not a valuable information to you. Send it to someone that's looking for work. You're looking for work and they want to take care of children. Send this information to them, and I can give them prompts on going into it the right way, because I know some people go into it and then they're like, oh, how come I'm not getting selected for shifts? And then guess what? I'm giving you tips and protocol on how to get selected. So all the center want to see you do, first of all, they want to see if you're going to be reliable. That's number one. That's number one, being reliable. And when you be reliable, when you go in, they want to know if you're going to engage with the children, if you're going to love on them and engage with them. Okay? So those are things. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this right here. But if you know anybody that may be interested in this information, if you would share my content with them, if you would like it, and hey, come on, join the team, be a subscriber. Okay. Talk to y'all later on the next video. Bye bye.